Well, there certainly appears to be quite a bit of people who really hate the United States Constitution on the app Clapper. So I'm just here to provide a real quick reminder that that document, the United States Constitution, is our national sovereignty as the United States. Without that document, the country is not technically considered a sovereign nation anymore, and that means that it is not bound by the rules of war. It opens up the country to foreign attack from anyone where the laws of war do not apply. Without the United States Constitution, the United States is not a country. That is how international law works. So if you hate the United States Constitution, then you hate the United States. If you hate the United States Constitution, it means that you don't want the United States to be a country and that you believe that it should be subject to foreign invasion, no holds barred. With that being said, there has been a lot of MAGA accounts expressing their disdain for the United States Constitution on my feed in the past 48 hours. And while I appreciate the boosting of my post, the Russian bots, a lot of these are fake accounts. They got no videos, nothing going on. I just want to remind anybody who sees foreign operations taking place in somebody's comments like that, just because you see some account that somebody made somewhere in the world posting hate speech does not mean that, you have the support that you think that you have in trying to join along with such an endeavor of orchestrated attacks. So with that being said, first of all, I'm going to say it definitely appears that there is a significant amount of Russian operatives on the app Clapper trying to twist the public narrative. Other than that, if you do support MAGA, if you're like an actual person and you do support MAGA, I just explained to you, because you probably didn't already know, that document, the United States Constitution, literally, when it comes to international relations, is the sovereignty and the safety of the United States. So if what you're gonna do is listen to a bunch of Russian trolls and try to join in with them, you should probably stop and take a moment to think about what it is that you're actually supporting. If you're supporting foreign occupants coming in on this land to take over. Other than that, as far as what MAGA has been doing, as far as what the various politicians, be they governors, congressmen, or the supposed president of the upcoming United States of this is no longer a country, I have a very hard time understanding how or why, first of all, anybody would support, but second of all, how it is in this nation, how it is in the interest of this nation, the people here, how it is in the interest of anybody in the United States to have a leader and group of representatives that is, first of all, engaging in acts of extortion against the migrant population that very likely could, create a lot of international tension, since these migrants are being used as political pawns for personal gain of these politicians, since these politicians are just dancing around the issue and failing to actually do something and actually creating the migrant crisis. If you're paying attention, it is Greg Abbott who put all those people on buses and shipped them throughout the country right after a bill funding border security was blocked by the Republican Congress, MAGA. First of all. So there's that. They brought a bunch of undocumented migrants into the country and then tried pointing the finger. You need to pay attention to what is actually going on. Second of all, Donald Trump has been going around talking smack to a lot of our foreign allies, threatening tariffs, which has resulted in Canada threatening to shut off our electricity. Do you like electricity? Do you like being able to, use your phone and have an alarm clock that goes off in the morning to wake you up to go to work? Do you like having your food refrigerated? Do you like having your house heated? Do you like having access to your television and computers? Please explain to me how it is that a president that is going to try and get our electricity shut off is working in the interest of the nation and the interest of you. So there's that, and then Donald Trump has also been going around threatening to overthrow the nations of several of our foreign allies. Do you think that that really plays out well when it comes to international relationships? I think it would be a good idea to consider looking at a world map, because the majority of the world is a lot bigger than the United States. And if what the United States is going to do, if what the leaders of America are going to do is dismantle and remove the Constitution and go around and piss everybody off, and the United States is no longer protected as a sovereign nation because of the Constitution being violated and attacked and practically destroyed, then, when it comes to the rules of war and everything and the likelihood of actual invasion taking place, I believe that MAGA supporters are actually supporting that based on what I'm seeing, and their utter disdain for the Constitution that, a few plebs want to buy into just because a bunch of Russian troll bots are, making comments and posting a bunch of ridiculous crap. So, in the last 4 years, I can definitely say that I'm not pleased with Biden. And what I'm not pleased with Biden about is his ongoing failure to speak up on what looks to me like a domestic terrorism organization that has, been engaging in acts of violence against the civilian populace for a while. And failing to, see to it that the laws are enforced against a domestic terrorist organization that is colluding with a foreign nation and is actually trying to operate in multiple countries and stirring up right-wing extremist groups. From me, where I'm sitting right now, this looks like, international terrorism. This looks like global terrorism. This looks like a global terrorist organization that has taken a foothold in the United States that is being orchestrated by Russia. In case nobody has noticed, how Donald Trump has spent a lot of time not only with Putin but also with Kim Jong-un, who has been flying flags recently in Ukraine alongside Russian flags. So, none of us can afford to eat because Republicans in Congress have been, instead of doing their job, looting our federal agencies for personal gain and endorsing and engaging in acts of fraud and pretty much stealing from the American people while causing a crisis where nobody can afford to survive. I'm sorry, but if you support that, I don't believe you're a patriot. I definitely do not think you're a patriot. And, to me, it certainly appears to be that you're actually getting involved in acts of not only domestic terrorism, but terrorism that is being organized by a foreign entity. So, if you support shutting off our electricity, invading the country with a bunch of undocumented, that was Republicans that did that. Making it so that food is unaffordable, stripping people of health care, child labor. Republicans are pushing for that. The unaliving of women literally taking the lives of people in the civilian populace. This is just ridiculous. I'm a political commentator.